Do you read, watch, or listen to something and ask yourself if it was real or AI? In this video, we're going to get into something I think about constantly, but most people haven't fully grasped yet. The moment when artificial intelligence crosses a line, not in terms of capability, but in how it's perceived by society. I call it the AI inflection point. It's not when a model hits a certain token limit or when a chatbot passes the bar exam. It's when regular people, the ones who aren't deep into this space like you and I are, start consuming content, whether it's a blog, a podcast, a tweet, or a video, and instead of just reacting to what they're seeing, they pause and ask, hold on, is this real or did AI generate it? That single question is what shifts everything. Once that thought becomes part of daily life, we're in a different world, and while we're not there yet, in my opinion, it's not that far off. Give it 10 to 15 years, maybe less. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. My name is Ryan, and my mission is to help you navigate the overwhelming world of artificial intelligence. And if you want to know my favorite AI tools and prompts, be sure to get my free AI Marketing Essentials guide. You can find the link for my free guide in the video description or pinned comment below. So why is this inflection point so important? Because it changes the baseline assumptions we all carry with us online. Today, most people still operate with default trust. They assume a YouTube video is real unless it looks like a deepfake. They believe a blog post is written by a person unless it's clearly marked as AI generated. And when they read news or listen to a podcast, they don't second guess whether the person speaking is actually a person. But that trust, that default belief in authenticity is eroding. Slowly, yes, but steadily. And when it breaks completely, it won't just affect how we consume media. It'll change how we interact, how we hire, how we vote, how we learn, and even how we relate to each other on a personal level. We're already seeing the cracks. AI-generated voice scams are tricking people into wiring money to fake relatives. Entire websites are being built with nothing but prompts and publishing thousands of articles per month. Most of them completely devoid of substance, written only to rank on Google. Influencers are outsourcing their scripts, tweets, even their faces to AI avatars that can film videos while they sleep. And the crazy part, most people still haven't noticed, but they will, and once they do, you won't be able to put the genie back in the bottle. This isn't just a tech milestone, it's a cultural shift. I think about how long it took for people to realize that social media was warping public opinion through manipulated algorithms and echo chambers. Now imagine that same dynamic, but applied to reality itself. Deepfake audio will make you question every recording. Synthetic images will flood your feed with events that never happen. Chatbots will flood comments, forums, and customer service inboxes, making it harder to know if you're even speaking to a human. And then there's AI-generated reviews, fake resumes, AI-simulated romantic partners, the list goes on. The flood is coming, and it's going to saturate everything it touches. What really matters here isn't the speed of the technology, it's the speed of human reaction. The moment the average person gets tricked one too many times, when their bank account gets hit because they believed a cloned voice, or when they realize that the article they shared was completely made up by a language model, that's when the switch flips. And from that moment on, we're living in a reality where truth becomes something you have to actively prove, not something that's assumed. That's the moment trust becomes a scarce resource. And for entrepreneurs, marketers, and creators, that's both a threat and an opportunity. So the question becomes, how do you stay relevant when no one knows what's real? The answer, in my experience, comes down to two things: radical transparency and undeniable value. People are going to start craving content that feels grounded. They'll want to see faces, hear imperfections, notice those human ticks that AI still struggles to fake, and more importantly, they'll want to follow people who are consistent, who've built a track record, and who aren't just chasing the next AI-powered shortcut. That's why I don't hide behind logos or fancy animations. I talk to you directly. I share what tools I'm actually using. I tell you when something's overhyped, because in a world that's about to be flooded with synthetic everything, showing up consistently and honestly is how you cut through. Now, I'm not saying AI is evil or that we should all turn back the clock. Far from it. I use AI every day in my business. I automate tedious tasks. I create scalable content. I build smarter campaigns, but I do it in a way that doesn't hide behind the technology. And that's a key difference. The problem isn't AI. It's how people will abuse it to create illusions of authority, expertise, and authenticity when everyone has access to these tools and most people use them to fake it instead of build it. The few who remain committed to real value will stand out like never before. What we're entering is a phase where trust becomes the currency. If people believe you're real, if they trust that your voice, your insights, your experience actually came from doing the work, you'll thrive. But if you rely too heavily on automation, if you try to outsource your credibility to a tool, if you fake it hoping people won't notice, that game has an expiration date, and the more AI improves, the faster that date approaches. So if you're building a brand, start thinking long term. Build your face into your business, document your process, share the wins and losses, create from experience, not just from prompts, and understand that when the AI inflection point hits, the audience that still believes in something real is going to look for leaders who've been honest from the start. I'll leave you with this. 10 years from now, we'll look back at this period as the calm before the storm. We'll say this was the moment people still believed most of what they saw. But right around the corner, that changes. And once it does, the people who prepared, who didn't just adopt the tools but use them responsibly, are going to have a huge edge. So don't wait. Build your voice, build your presence, and most importantly, build something real.